Your Country 1039 KGRT, Thomas Red, and unforgettable. And that just makes you in a good mood. Don't it just put you in a good mood for the day? I don't know. It does that to me.
Time now for the question of the day, brought to you by Painted Skies Dental Center, online at paintedskiesdental.com.
That's right. It is time for your question of the day. And, just having Mother's Day pass this last weekend, and I hope everybody enjoyed their Mother's Day, and you called your moms and everybody was happy and they had fun for Mother's Day. But it did get me thinking just how much we are like our parents, right? And I was wondering, is there a moment, or is there, that time that you realized that you had become more like your mother or more like your father? I can tell you this. I can tell when my mother started to become more like my grandmother, because it used to be a little bit of a joke that you don't ask grandma how she's doing, because she will tell you everything from the pain in her toes all the way up to the top right there. She'll let you know. And I realized that my mother was starting to be more like my grandmother when she started telling us all about all of the pains and the doctor's visits and everything else. And then it's pretty much the same thing as it went on to the next level, because I realized that most of my conversations with my mother start off with us exchanging medical stories about how things are going these days. And that was probably one of the first signs that, oh man, I think I'm starting to act more like mom, because we are, and my grandmother, that, we have to let everybody know exactly how our medical status is. Am I the only one that does that? I don't think so. But that's my question of the day. Is there a moment that you can think of where you realized you had become more like your mother or your father, for that hand? Go ahead and let me know. The Zia Comics hotline is open, and the Zia Comics text line 575-523 KGRT on the socials, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Let me know your question of the day. Okay. Always got to make sure all the buttons are correctly pressed so that we are good to go. So, our question of the day: is there a moment that you realize that you have become more like your mother or your father, for that matter? Just a little throwback to our Mother's Day this past Sunday. While we are waiting for your answers, of course, you can leave a comment on our Facebook pages, as well as YouTube and Twitter. And of course, send me a text on the Zia Comics text line as well. I'll be able to go ahead and do that. Or if you wanted to call in, we've got our hotline open, 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. In the meantime, let's take a look and see what is trending out there today. I see that CNN says an American Airlines jet was recently forced to make an emergency landing after it lost part of its wing over Alabama. They did land. Everybody was okay. So it was actually, the passengers even kind of said the pilot had an outstanding landing, made it nice and smooth. So that's actually pretty good. However, I've been on planes, and I actually do feel fairly safe in planes. A little bit of turbulence is not a big deal. But if I'm looking out the window and I see parts of the wing falling off, I'm losing my mind at about that point. I also see that the average price of gas is going up as import suspensions, drought in Mexico, or other reasons that avocados are selling for $80 a piece. What? That's twice as much as this time last year. I think that's probably for cartons of avocados, not just one avocado selling for $80. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. And let's see, we've got USA Today says competitive eater Joey Chestnut going to compete in the upcoming World Donut Hole Eating Championships on May 27th. He actually holds the world record for eating glazed donuts. He downed 55 donuts in 8 minutes. And by the way, if you're counting calories, 14,795 calories for 55 donuts. Man, I had 2 donuts last Friday, and I felt like I was just cheating immensely. I can't imagine eating that many. And I've said before that Netflix does this. Just when you think you're going to go ahead and cancel that membership, they come out with something. And of course, they've made the announcement that season 5 of Cobra Kai is going to start streaming on Netflix September 9th. So now you've got to keep your Netflix subscription at least to get season 5 of Cobra Kai in there as well. And I mentioned on Friday that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was obviously going to get the #1 movie for the box office. The question is how far ahead are they going to be? That movie made $185 million over the weekend. Bad Guys came in second at $9.8 $8 million. That's how big the spread is on that. And internationally, I think it cleared $265 million. Cheated a little bit. They did cheat a little bit because they opened up on Wednesday, but still, $185 million in the first week. Pretty good. And like I said, we're off to the races right now with the summer movie season, because don't forget, Top Gun is going to be coming up here in a little bit as well. And it looks like I got one answer on our. Nope. They just like the video. I do appreciate the likes. I do appreciate the likes for sure. But yeah, could you name a moment where you started to become more like your mom? Like I said, I think I realized that when most of my conversations with my mother actually end up kind of going over the medical issues first and then everything else. It's like I've reached that age right here where we have to make sure that everybody's healthy before we move on to any part of the other conversation. So once again, you can leave your comments on our Facebook pages. I've got it on my personal page, on the KGRT page, of course, our Twitter, our YouTube pages are up there so that you can go ahead and make sure that you can let us know and comment on our question of the day for today. Is there a moment that you can recall where you started or you realized that you're becoming more and more like your mother or father, your parents in general? Go ahead and let me know once again. And that is our question of the day.